It was almost midnight when Daniel saw the black sedan for the first time. The city was quiet, but not completely silent. Far away, he could still hear a few cars, a dog barking, and the soft buzz of streetlights. But on his street, everything felt frozen. The sedan stood under a broken lamppost, half in the shadow, half in the light. Its engine was running, a low, slow hum, like breathing. The headlights were off. No one was inside. At least that's what it looked like. Daniel lived alone on the 5th floor. He had moved there after a long, difficult year, hoping to start over. He wanted peace, quiet, a normal life. But from that night, peace was the last thing he would get. He looked out the window for a long time, waiting for someone to come to the car. No one did. At 2 in the morning, he finally went to bed. But when he woke up, the car was gone. And on the pavement below his window, there was a dark, wet mark, like something had leaked or bled into the ground. 2 days later, Daniel saw the car again. Same place, same quiet hum. He stood at the window, frozen, trying to understand if this was real or a dream. That afternoon, he asked the old man from the store downstairs about it. The man stopped stacking boxes and looked up. "The black sedan?" he said slowly. "You've seen it too?" Daniel nodded. The old man lowered his voice. "They say it appears every few years, always at night. When it stops near someone's home, someone disappears. No one knows who drives it. Sometimes, people hear voices coming from inside." Daniel laughed, a nervous, dry laugh. But inside, something cold touched him. He remembered that dark stain on the pavement. That night, he closed all his curtains. He tried to ignore the noise from outside. But when he turned off the light, the hum of the engine was louder than ever, like it was waiting for him. The next night, the car was there again, this time closer. Right below his window, Daniel couldn't take it anymore. He grabbed his coat and went outside. The air was cold, sharp, and smelled like rain. The engine was still running. The sound was steady, hypnotic. He walked slowly to the car. There was no driver, no license plate. Inside, everything was clean, too clean. On the passenger seat lay a small black tape recorder. Daniel picked it up. It was already playing. A voice whispered through the static, his own voice. "I didn't see her. It wasn't my fault." Daniel dropped the recorder as if it burned his hand. He stared at the car, heart pounding. How could that voice be his? He turned around and ran back inside, locking the door. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He sat in the dark, trying to remember. What did that voice mean? Who was her? Fragments of memories began to return. Rain, headlights, a road, a woman crossing the street, a scream. Then, silence. He opened an old drawer and found a photo. Him and his father standing next to a car. A black sedan. The same model, the same color, the same car. His breath froze. That car had been destroyed years ago after the accident. How could it be here? At 3 in the morning, he heard it again. The hum. Slow, patient, familiar. He looked outside. The car was gone. But in its place stood a woman wearing a white coat looking up at his window. The next evening, Daniel couldn't resist. He needed answers. He waited until midnight and went outside again. The car was there, waiting for him. The headlights turned on by themselves, two white circles cutting through the fog. The passenger door opened with a soft click. He stepped closer. Inside, on the seat, was the same cassette recorder. But this time there was no sound, just silence. He sat down behind the wheel. The seat felt strangely familiar, like something he had missed. His hands rested on the steering wheel, and then the tape started again. "Do you remember now?" His own voice said. "You left her there. You never came back." Tears filled his eyes. He remembered everything. The night he had too many drinks, the wet road, the woman's face in the headlights, the fear, and the decision to drive away. He thought he had buried it, but the car hadn't. The radio turned on by itself, and a woman's voice whispered through the static, "You said you didn't see me." Daniel stepped out of the car. His heart was pounding so hard it hurt. He walked to the back of the sedan. The engine was still running. He could smell gasoline and something else sweet and heavy. Then came the knocking. 1, 2, 3, slow and calm like a heartbeat. He reached for the trunk handle. The metal was freezing cold. The voice came again, softer now, almost kind. "Open it, Daniel." He hesitated. Then he lifted it. Inside the trunk, he saw himself, his own face, pale and lifeless, eyes open. Next to him, the woman in white was lying still, her hand resting on his chest. She opened her eyes and whispered, "You finally stopped." The trunk slammed shut. The headlights went off, and the car drove away into the dark, disappearing in the mist. The next morning, the street was empty. Only a wet black mark remained, like oil.